This is part 1 of our video on measurement review. So for the first question, it says solve for x in the following, and there is a triangle that has a missing side x. So in looking at this triangle, I see that it has a square in the corner, which tells me that that is 90 degrees and that this is a right-angled triangle. Now, to help me find missing sides in a right-angled triangle, we can use the Pythagorean theorem, which is the formula a squared plus b squared equals c squared. Now, in the formula a squared plus b squared equals c squared, c is the longest side, called the hypotenuse, and the hypotenuse, the longest side, is always located across from that 90-degree angle. So this side over here, the 50 centimeters, is the longest side in that triangle, so it is side C. Now the other two, one of them is A and one of them is B. It does not matter which is which. I think I'm going to let the X side be A and the 45 be the B. But I could switch those and it would still work out. The most important side to get right is that hypotenuse. Okay, so I have a squared plus b squared equals c squared. I'm going to take the information from my triangle and substitute it into the formula. So a is x, so I have x squared. B is 45, so I have 45 squared. And then c is 50, so I have 50 squared. All right, my next step is to calculate all of my squares. So x I can't actually work out, but 45 squared I can. So 45 squared is 45 times 45 if you don't have a scientific calculator. That is 2025. And then 50 squared, or 50 times 50, is 2,500. Now these two numbers are not on the same side of the equal sign. Right? If they were on the same side of the equal sign and they had a plus sign in between them, I would add them, but they do not. They have an equal sign in between them. So I am going to try to move the 2025 over to the other side by doing the opposite and subtracting. So I get x squared equals 2,500 take away 2,025 is 475. And then that is x squared. I need to calculate just x. So to cancel out a square, I am going to square root both sides. So the square root of 475 is 21.79 if I do the nearest hundredth or 2 decimal places. And then I just need to look at the next number. In this case, it is a 4. So I am going to leave that at 21.79. If this number had been a 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9, it would have rounded that up to the next number, which would be 21.80. But this is staying at 21.79. I put a dot over the equal sign to show that I rounded. And then all I need to do is include units. So both of the other sides were in centimeters. So this is going to be in centimeters. All right, that's it for our first example on our measurement review.